Shalom Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and roll well. And salutations to all the Akim and all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. Yeah, this is just a remake video. Brothers put up a video about, you have Jake out here who, just cutting themselves up, we're pushing the truth, and in return they're coming at us to try to make us, not make us, but make the scriptures a lie. The times that we're in, Jacob's trouble coming down the road, World War III, we can continue going on and on. The Lord has a blinder on them, and us being in this truth, the Lord chose us and out of this wicked world to push his work and ministry, and that's our job, man. That's our job. And especially as we come closer and closer to the end, things are manifesting, whether the 2/3 see it or not, man. Our job is to keep pushing, man, and go even harder, and even when these dudes like this come up and try to make videos and try to, because, at the end of the day, they're stirring up confusion by doing this, This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be not even uneven. Slack. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Let me start back. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness? See, these people are in gross darkness. They're in gross darkness. The way they look, the way they dress, the way they talk, the foods they eat, the way they, these people are just, we need the Lord to come back, man, because you Israelites, they know that you're Israelites, and want to stay in your wicked way. You want to continue to eat the bullshit, abominable foods. You want to continuously put, worship other things. Our women do. They want to be sorcerers and witches and stuff like that. The Lord's not dealing with that type of stuff, man. So don't be equally yoked with these people. Get away from them. Flee from them, man. Have few and small words with them, man. At the end of the day, you don't want that wickedness to rub up on you, And in this world, wickedness is in spiritual high places, roughly paraphrasing. So therefore, you have to stay prayed up in this place, man, at the end of the day. And do you think these people pray? And if they are, who are they praying to, man? This is 2 Peter 2 and 7. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteousness soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds, man. So these people, we're at these jobs, it's vexing, man. It's vexing being at these jobs and the conversation, but at the same time, we have to be like Clark Kent, man. In one ear and out the other, man. Just hold your composure, man. But at the end of the day, don't be with them all the time. We gotta leave work and hang out and do this. No, man. Understand at these jobs that we're undercover, man. We need money. Yes, we do need money. But pretty soon, when these elites push that agenda they're gonna push, the money's gonna be obsolete. So for now, yes, we do need to work these funky jobs, and we have to put on that fake smile and pretend like we're listening, but we're really not, because we need these jobs at the end of the day, man. You don't want to get upset and, not unless you have some type of other hustle on your own, and that's what you're supposed to be doing, your homework. But hey, that's another story. But yeah, these guys, these are these Sunday worshipers, they believe in their heart that they're already saved. They believe that they made it already, and, that's what the church pushes, man. That pride, man, It's Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also reject thee. that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I also will forget thy children, man. You know, so this is the reason why we see, you know, your little nigga babies getting shot up, your little Latino babies getting shot up, your little Gadite babies getting drunk at a young age and gang banging. You know, we're seeing these things, man. You know, but why? Because for the lack of knowledge of Israel, man. You know, 2/3 of our people have a lack of knowledge, man. And this is once again the Lord's doing, man. The Lord puts who He wants to install the knowledge into. You know, He pulls out and saves who He wants to. You know, and this is why we give thanks to the Lord for saving us out of this wicked world, man. With all this wickedness that's all around us, man. You know, look at these dudes right here. You'll run into these dudes, man. They have their own understanding, man, coming out their own heart, man. You know, their heart is wicked, man. You know, the scriptures speak about that, man. But they always want to come out with how they feel, you know, not how the scriptures talk or what the scriptures are speaking about, man. You know, I already know God. God know me. God know how I am. Yeah, man. These people are crazy, man. This is Matthew 7 and I'm gonna start Matthew 7 and 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bring not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. So when you look at these churches and stuff, who a lot of these Negroes defend, you know, and still send their parents to it, and they love and can't get enough of it. You know, what's really going on in them spots, man? Them house of harlots. You know, the twerk praise clubs. You know, you get Gran gets up there and gets to sing her favorite slavery song when she was on the plantation. You know, those are the type of things that go on in churches. And don't forget about the gospel. You know, the abominable plates that are being sold in the basement. You know, and one of the number one things, the adultery that happens in that place. Put adultery with the turning out of the men too. You know, turning the men out to be soy boys, man. You know. But Matthew 7 and 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven, man. And what is the will of the Lord, man? Right now, to be pushing His word and doing His work, man, and keeping His law, statutes, and commandments, man, to the best of your ability, man. That's our job, man. You know, while these other goofballs will continuously come out with videos and try to prove us wrong, so to speak, you know, they're taking all day to do that, and they're not looking out the window. They're not looking out the window to see what's going on, you know. Nor did the Lord install that discernment in them, man. You know. They're lost in the sauce, man. My man is worried. The average 2/3 can't wait for LeBron to come back on TV. They want to argue about your local sports teams, and that'll be the conversation today. And then they might want to look at another man's woman or some shit like that. You know, these people are, you know, they're just stuck in stupidity. Yeah, stuck in stupidity, man. You know, stuck on stupid, like we used to say back in the day. But yeah, there's this is this is 2 Thessalonians. I'm gonna start at 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm gonna start at 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, man. You know, so these people believe, you know, they believe whatever the hell they believe in, man, basically, man. These people are lost, man. They believe a strong delusion, man. You know, they believe in that white face that's on their walls, it's on their mother's table, you know, the picture Bible. They believe that that's the Savior, you know. And Lord, once again, that's nothing but a trick bag set up by the elites, man, you know, of this world, you know. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 13. But we are bounded to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh have from the beginning chosen you to the salvation through the sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth, man. So the purification of our spirit and the belief that we have in the scriptures, and the belief that the Lord is coming back for us, the belief that the things are going to happen, that Jacob's trouble is here, that this RFID chip is going to be here, and going to be implemented very soon. These are the things that we believe in and we hold dearly to our heart, man. While these 2/3 will continuously once again make videos to try to prove us wrong, we're out here for the hopeful elect, man, and that's our job, man. And once again, the scriptures also speaks about people like these who be coming more and more out the woodwork. But once again, this is a picture. I just took a random picture of Jake. This is not Jake that was talking crazy, but it was just a random Jake, and he had his mouth open. So I was like, hey, let me use that picture. But with that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Maki.